Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Sunday, everybody. Back in live for my final stream of the second round of the NCAA tournament. Should be a good one tonight here in the number 10 seed. New Mexico Lobos taking on the number 2 seed, the Michigan State Spartans. Sparty played a tight one in the first half against Bryant, then started to pull away, beats Bryant by 25 in the first round matchup, 87-62. New Mexico, in a game that went back and forth against Marquette, started to pull away late in that game, picked up the win 75-66 over Marquette. The winner of this game going to face the winner of Ole Miss against Iowa State, which is going on right now. Ole Miss was trailing early, now has come back and taken the lead in the game. 22-17 Ole Miss and a 14-2 scoring run in the last 5+ minutes currently at the moment, and they just tacked on the 25-17 for Ole Miss, looking real good right now. Colorado State taking on Maryland with 8 minutes left to go. Colorado State looking for a shocking upset, 60-58. Colorado State with a 2-point advantage, and just as I spoke, they just drilled a free throw, so they're up now 61-58. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell tonight for this one here. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like for this game. Michigan State, New Mexico, type it in the chat. What's good? Daniel, welcome back in, man. Stringer Bell, welcome back in, bud. Taking Michigan State. Ricky, glad to have you back on the stream. We got Jeffrey, Vegas, Joe, welcome back on board, everybody, tonight for this one here. Jason Tatum's dad, basketball coach Justin in Australia. I did not know that there, Jeffrey. But yeah, it should be a fun game here in store. Richard Pitino, head coach of New Mexico, the son of Rick Pitino, and going up against Tom Izzo, Michigan State Spartans, month of March, month of Izzo for Michigan State. Just when it comes down to March basketball and in the tournament, he is just an absolute winner when it comes down to getting his teams, leading his teams to the best basketball in the month of March. We'll see if that comes true today. They got a really good balanced squad this year for Michigan State. Just all around, just tremendous balance. Share the rock really well with one another this season. New Mexico's got two guys who are just excellent players on their team. If Michigan State can stop Donovan Dent and Nelly Jr. Joseph, then they're going to win this game. Those are the two really good players for New Mexico. Donovan Dent's a top 10 scorer in the nation. He's averaging above 20 points per game and over 6 assists per game this year. And then Nelly Jr. Joseph used to play for Rick Pitino at Iona, and he's averaging a double-double of 14 and 11 for Jr. Joseph. He's been to the tournament before, but yeah, this is going to be a big test in front of them now, going up against the Big Ten team, which these Big Tens, yeah, Big Ten has done really well in the tournament. Illinois just got bounced out. I picked Maryland over Colorado State. That's a stunner there. So this is a second Big Ten Mountain West matchup that we have today. Colorado State's red hot recently. And, yeah, Colorado State won their conference tournament. New Mexico got bounced out by Boise out of their conference tournament, which that's a bad time to do so. They actually went 1-2 against Boise State this year in conference play. So they had some issues with Boise State. They won at home against Boise, then they lost at Boise by 8, and then they lost the conference tournament by 3 against Boise State. So New Mexico posted a losing record against Boise State. I'm just going to see who they played here for like Power 5s. They're 2-0 against the Big Ten, actually. So they beat UCLA in the first week of the season for New Mexico, and then they beat USC, which USC had like a really underwhelming year for them with a first-year head coach for USC. So, yeah, they got Eric Musselman as their head coach, former Arkansas head coach. So, yeah, they had an underwhelming year. New Mexico beat USC by 10. And, yeah, Michigan State's just been rolling recently. They're red hot. They got 14 quad 1 wins for them, which is number 2 behind Auburn this year. And there was a stretch where they were picking up ranked win after ranked win in a row in February. February 15th, they beat Illinois, start of a monster winning streak. They beat Purdue, they beat Michigan, they beat Maryland, they beat Wisconsin. All 5 wins in a row against tournament teams for Michigan State. And then late stretch of March, they beat Michigan again, and then they beat Oregon in the Big Ten tournament, and then they ended up losing to Wisconsin by 3 in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah, I saw Maryland, Colorado State's a really good game going down. We'll keep you guys posted on that one throughout the course of this stream here. Yeah, Kentucky, Tennessee. So Kentucky won. I covered that one in the last one. So Kentucky going to face Tennessee coming up in the Sweet 16. My opinion for Illinois, for players returning going pro, they got some really good young guys. The hope there for your team, Joe, is if those young guys could stay. But I wouldn't be shocked to see Yaka Shonis go to the draft. He's a really good player, but that would help them out next year. They'd be a top 10 team in the preseason if those guys stayed, and then they add more to the transfer portal for their team. All right, here we go. About to tip off here in just a moment. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The broadcast crew talking about those two guys. Donovan Dent, the point guard for New Mexico. Nelly Jr. Joseph. They combined for 40 out of the 75 total points in the win against Marquette in the first round. Tough task here, though, as you go from going up against Shaka Smart, who's had a lot of struggles in the first weekend of the NCAA tournament, going up against one of the best in the business, Tom Izzo, in this matchup. 1 day to game plan, and I bet you that Izzo is going to have the focus on limiting those two guys, the key players for New Mexico, with Dent and Jr. Joseph entering this game. Ole Miss looking really good right now, 28-17. The depth of Ole Miss, that is a problem for Iowa State, who's without their key guard, Kashawn Gilbert, for that matchup, as Ole Miss goes 6 guys deep, averaging double figures. And so right now, Ole Miss is taking it to Iowa State. 62-58, Colorado State leading Maryland with 6 minutes left to play. That's a gigantic matchup there. Keep you guys posted. That would be a huge upset. Colorado State been playing some really good basketball recently. Colorado State and BYU are the two teams coming into this tournament that have been playing like some of the best basketball for the last couple weeks. Both are on, well, Colorado State's on a gigantic winning streak. BYU was on a massive winning streak until they met Houston and lost to Houston in the Big 12 tournament. So, yeah, those are two really, really dangerous teams right now. And that style of play works for Ole Miss. Like a deep team with 6 guys scoring double figures for Ole Miss. Chris Beard, he's been able to win games before when we get to the tournament, so he's no stranger to leading his teams to the second weekend for Chris Beard, and looking really good right now. That's a familiar opponent too, Iowa State. That's a in-conference opponent that Chris Beard used to coach for, so he knows a lot about Iowa State and TJ Otzelberger, and they don't have much information on Ole Miss because Ole Miss hasn't gone to the tournament in a while, and he's got like the whole like inside information on Iowa State, being a former Big 12 coach himself when Texas used to play Iowa State in the Big 12. Yeah, Houston, Purdue. Yeah, hopefully that should be a good game. Yeah, Colorado State got severely underseeded for them, and Memphis got way overseeded. I don't know how both of those teams were bracketed together to meet up in the first rounds. Yeah, on the analytics, but Tarvik analytics site for like the last 30 days, Colorado State's top 5 in the nation in analytics. They're right there with like Duke and Houston, Florida. BYU is right there inside the top 5, and Colorado State's in the top 5. Like they're shooting the cover off the ball. 64-59 Colorado State. This is a darn good Maryland team too. Maryland destroyed Grand Canyon in round 1. Yeah, it seemed like the bracket was created like at the start of the conference tournaments. That's what it looked like 5-6 days before the actual selection Sunday day. It seemed like the bracket was created. Richard Pitino, year 4 at New Mexico. 2-3 in his career in the NCAA tournament. And this guy, Tom Izzo, an absolute winner. 15-3 record his last 18 games against double-digit seeds. Jeremy Fears Jr., Jace Richardson, those are the 2 first years in the starting lineup for Michigan State. In the backcourt, Jaden Akins, Jackson Kohler, and Shimon Zapala, the starting 5 for Michigan State, going up against Donovan Dent, True Washington, Philip Borovechnin, Mustafa Anseal, and Nelly Jr. Joseph. Dent and Joseph are the 2 stars in this New Mexico team as we are underway, and New Mexico controls the opening tip. Left to right on the floor for New Mexico, red jerseys, white numbers, white letters as they have the opening possession to begin this game. Michigan State and the white jerseys, green numbers, green letters as that ball gets deflected out of bounds off of Michigan State. So it's going to stay New Mexico possession. New Mexico gets the inbound. Junior Joseph down low, and we get a quick follow charge to Michigan State here. Junior Joseph stumbling as he was going into, it was right before he went into a shot attempt. So that was on the floor, charge to Michigan State. The first personal foul of the game going against Zapala. Inbound here for New Mexico. Top of the key with True Washington. Handoff to Borovechnin. Washington outside to the top. Amseal inside the key. Runner connects on the 2. And New Mexico is on the board first. Colorado State, Maryland. That score is tied at 64 with 3 minutes left. First possession of the game for Michigan State. 12-1 record in the second round as a higher seed, the better seed in the NCAA tournament for Sparty. Zapala around the perimeter. We get an offensive foul in the opening possession charge to Michigan State. So turnover by the Spartans now as it goes right back over to New Mexico. Yeah, Ole Miss looking good right now. So looks like PC trying to get former transfer right back, as New Mexico puts up the jumper. They make it for the deep 2. It's Junior Joseph. 4-zip for the Lobos in the opening minute. Michigan State with a possession. Jaden Akins at the left wing, slides it on top over to Zapawa. Hand off on the outside to Jackson Kohlers. He sends it over to Jace Richardson. Richardson at the elbow. Shovels it down on top. Akins at the wing. Lob, low block over to Zapawa. Zapawa double team, backs his way on Junior Joseph. Outside to the wing. Dribbles up, jumper. Deep 2. Off the back rim, no good. Missed by Akins. Rebound controlled here for New Mexico. Lobos with possession. This is Borovichinen as he has it at the right wing. Up fake. Slides it on top here to number 2, Donovan Dent. Kick out. Quarter 3. Borovichinen drills the triple. Wow. 7-zip New Mexico. Michigan State with the ball. First 2 minutes of action. Jaden Akins sends it on top off to Kohler. Kohler trying to back his way here in New Mexico. Picks up the reach and follow. Charge to True Washington. And that was dangerous. They were trying to pressure the ball and force a steal. Unable to get that cleanly, though. It was Washington who picked up a foul. 2 minutes into action. Michigan State got to get a shot off right now as they're held scoreless. Inbound out to the top of the key. Number 11, Jace Richardson. With possession here. Richardson defended around the perimeter by Borovichinen. Swings it off cross courts. Michigan State has it baseline outside. Touch pass. Akins, the 3. No good off the back rim. Offensive rebound controlled by Carson Cooper. Just entered the game for the first time today. Michigan State tees up a 3 off the back rim. No good. This is not a good three-point shooting team for Michigan State this season. The rebound controlled by New Mexico. A lot of teams getting bounced out of the tournament that they're not great three-point shooting teams around the 300. St. John's, Texas A&M, Illinois earlier this afternoon. St. Mary's around the 280s in percentile for three-point shooting percentage. Donovan Dent at the top. 7-zip for the Lobos. Kick out. Quarter 3. True Washington off the back rim. No good. Rebound secured here for Michigan State. It's Chase Richardson for the rebound. Bounce pass ahead over to the big fella running the floor. It is Shimon Zapawa who scores through for 2. Michigan State now on the board now. What's good, Bradley? Welcome in. Bryce, welcome back in here, man. Bounce pass over to Junior Joseph. He has it at the baseline. Nelly Junior Joseph backs his way on Carson Cooper. And Junior Joseph called in the carry. That's a turnover. So critical turnover early stage of the game for New Mexico. And that gives the momentum shifting right back over to Michigan State. Ole Miss looking really good right now, leading Iowa State 36-24. Michigan State down by 5 with possession. Trey Holloman, handoff around the perimeter. Aiken slides in on top. Jace Richardson at the top of the key, moves it over to his left to Trey Holloman. On top here with Kohler. Kohler towards his right off the dribble. Handoff Akins. Pass off the roll down. And Cooper missed it from point blank range. Tipped over to the Lobos for the defensive rebound. New Mexico with a solid start to begin this one. 7-2. Donovan Dent. Bounce pass on top. Back over to the hands of Dent. Dent. Top of the key. Dribbles up here. Kick out. Corner off the True Washington. Washington. Down to 16 minutes left to go as he weaves his way inside the key. Draws a double team. Blocked up in the air by Holloman. Loose ball back to New Mexico to fire the 3. And they drill the 3. Mustafa M. Seal from the perimeter. 10-2 right now for the Lobos. Michigan State in trouble early on. 1 for 5 shooting. New Mexico 4 for 6. Jaden Akins on top. Slides it over to his left to Richardson. Richardson on the outside. Bounce pass off to Cooper. Cooper. Hand off to Akins. Akins slides it over low block Kohler. Kohler backs his way. Brings along the double. Kick out to the top here. Shovel pass. The wing. Open 3 by Michigan State. Swoosh. Trey Holloman spashes down the triple. Big time shot right there. Yeah, I don't think too many people on New Mexico in their brackets. Right now, Maryland leads Colorado State 68-64. Here goes Donovan Dent. Dribble, drive, attack, no good. Missed off the mark. Cooper collects the defensive rebound on the run out. Here goes Akins. Backdoor to the rim. Scores. Up and in off the backboard. Play with pace right now for Michigan State. Jaden Akins running the floor for 2. 3-point game currently. Lob down to the low block. Junior Joseph. He takes on Carson Cooper inside the low post. Joseph pivot, scores for 2 more. Strong physical body and Nelly Jr. Joseph. Aiken, shovel pass underneath Cooper. Easy layup. Wow, we get a plethora of points recently. Pace really picking up. New Mexico, top 20 in the country. In adjusted tempo per KenPom. New Mexico with the ball. Dent, handoff Washington. Over to Borovikinen around the perimeter. Top of the key, Joseph. Slides it off to his left to Dent. Donovan Dent. Kick out to the corner from Junior Joseph off to Borovikinen. Amseal, spin cycle around number 0. Kohler scores up and in off the backboard. 14-9 New Mexico right now as we're down to 14 minutes and counting remaining in the opening half. Michigan State with the ball at the right wing. Jace Richardson around the perimeter. Bounce pass top of the key over to Cooper. A lot of pace in this game so far here. Cooper, dribble handoff off Holloman. Holloman floats it up over the top. High arcing, got it to go. Up and in off the glasses. He scores off the window. 14-11. Wow, what a shot right there by Trey Holloman. New Mexico gonna slow it down. They play with a ton of tempo. Dent now dribbles up to the free throw circle. Dent shake and bake. Kick out to the wing. Amseal drives, attacks down low. Amseal got it with a right hand layup. Nobody can miss right now. New Mexico red hot to start off this game. Holloman inside, and so we get a reach and follow charge to New Mexico. That will stop the clock. We finally go on the first TV timeouts well into this first half. 13-17. Left to go in the first half of action as we're blowing right through the time right now. 6+ minutes. 6 minutes and 43 seconds, and we finally get to the first timeout. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, NBA, college hoops here on the channel. Kansas City Chiefs fan, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. So sorry to hear that, bud. Send my thoughts and prayers out to you, man, and a speedy recovery. Yeah, really some odd seeding this year that they did for the bracket. I agree right there, JD. Yeah, Colorado State got a 12. Memphis got a 5, which was way too high. I hate that BYU got put in, or VCU got put in an 11-6 matchup against the red-hot BYU team. That was a tough matchup there. Yeah, Michigan got a 5 seed, whereas Purdue got the 4. Purdue was not playing well down the stretch of the season. And Maryland is a very, very solid 4 seed. But can they beat Colorado State? That's the question. 68-68. With 45 seconds left. So we will keep you posted. That Maryland-Colorado State game could be the game of the tournament. Back and forth, 45 seconds left. 68-68. Ole Miss looking really good. 38-27. They just drilled a free throw, so it's 39-27 Ole Miss with 1 minute before half. In this game, we're just getting started. Yeah, somehow Michigan got a 5 seed when they won the Big Ten tournament, and Oregon got a 5 seed. Arizona got a 4. Yeah, Oregon finished like mid-pack in the Big Ten. 12-8 in the Big Ten. They got a 5 seed. Michigan finished 14-6 in the Big Ten. They get the same seed. It's crazy. There's 20 seconds left now in Maryland against Colorado State. 68-68. Looks like Maryland's going to shoot free throws. Yeah, Ricky's going to be laughing when Florida State loses. Florida State, wow. Yeah, I didn't know about Florida State. Florida State's... Yeah, I haven't been to the tournament quite a bit of time for Florida State. I think he means Florida right there. We get back to action. 16-11 currently. Left to right on the floor in New Mexico with possession right now. Lobos at the wing. They move it on top over to Dent. Dent back out to the perimeter. Lob goes to Junior Joseph. Working low block on Cooper. Backs his way. Inside the low post. Outside to the wing. Jumper deep 2 by Dent. Misfired. And this ball gets tipped around out of bounds off New Mexico. New Mexico coming out firing on all cylinders. 7 for 11 to begin this game for the Lobos. Michigan State with possession. Holloman slides it on top. Cooper handoff. And that ball gets stripped up in the air off Fears. Loose ball as players hitting the deck here around the baseline as we got bodies colliding. Carson Cooper, the big fella, went down alongside True Washington. Looks like it's going to stay Michigan State ball. Going to get that to 8 seconds once again here. So there's the first boot of today. First boot coming in from the country of Serbia today. Michigan State inbound, couldn't finish at the rim, goes back to New Mexico. Maryland just buried both of the free throws to go up in their game 70-68. Dent slides it off to the corner. Baseline dribble, Amseal. Amseal out to the elbow. Jumper deep 2. Missed off the mark. No good by Junior Joseph. Rebound secure by Michigan State here. Look at the push tempo. Number 55, Cohen Carr on the floor. On top for Michigan State. Out to the corner. They dribble baseline. They go up and get fouled. 2 free throws coming up here for the Spartans with Frankie Fiddler, number 8. And this will take us below the 12-minute break. We get 11:54 left to go in the first half. This score is still the same that it was like 2.5 minutes ago. 16-11. Scores start to cool off right now. All right, so Colorado State, Maryland. Maryland has got themselves a 2-point lead with 11 seconds left. 70-68. Maryland. So Colorado State took a timeout. Colorado State ball. Both teams are shooting 28 for 61 from the floor. Colorado State just 4 for 20 from 3. Maryland is 10 for 24 from 3. Jake, what's good? Welcome in. Things going well, man. I heard he took a visit with the Steelers for Aaron Rodgers for a free agent visit. Winner of this game will face the winner of Ole Miss, Iowa State, which Ole Miss is looking really good currently. 40-27 Ole Miss with 14 seconds left before half. Man, this is what March is all about. I cannot believe this is this great of a game. Holy smokes. Maryland went 6 for 13 from 3 in the second half. Colorado State just 1 for 11. 70-68. Maryland, a 2-point lead against Colorado State. Colorado State, 12 seconds left, about to get the inbound. 10 personal fouls by Colorado State. Maryland's only got 5. Colorado State with an inbound. They back their way. Skip pass. 3 for the lead. Oh, they got it! 6 seconds left. Colorado State just buried a 3. Maryland with a timeout. They're going to take it with 3.6 seconds remaining. Unbelievable. Colorado State about to bust brackets here, folks. 71-70. Colorado State off a skip pass just zipped in a 3 with 6 ticks on the clock. Holy smokes. Winner of that game will get Florida in the Sweet 16. That is incredible. Colorado State, go ahead 3. Wild. Michigan State here is going to get going. Really struggling to get going right now for Michigan State in this game. 16-11 they trail. Colorado State looking to bust some big-time brackets here. That game's got itself 14 lead changes, 4 ties. Colorado State led by 12. Maryland's largest lead by 4. Maryland's going to have to win the game at the buzzer, looks like. Get this one to Derek Queen to win this game. Michigan State just made a free throw. Both of them are good. Jackson Kohler at the free throw line buried both the shots as we came back from the timeout. We are under 12 minutes left to go here. 16-13. New Mexico, kick out to the corner. CJ Nolan, number 0, first time on the floor. Junior Joseph, handoff left wing. Lob goes back to Junior Joseph as he backs his way low. Block outside to the top off to Dent. Dent accelerates downhill. Runner. Dent. Swoosh. 18-13 for the Lobos. Michigan State playing with pace right now. Driving kick with a corner 3. Trey Holloman. No good off the mark. A rebound secure by New Mexico. New Mexico's crowding the paint. They're going to force Michigan State to take those threes. Michigan State not a great perimeter shooting team. 5-point lead for New Mexico. Colorado State, Maryland returns back to action with 3.7 seconds left to go. Here we go. Inbound. Maryland 2, Maryland 1, Maryland runner got it to go at the buzzer. Oh yeah, the big boy. The big boy NBA ready. Wins the game for Maryland 72-71. The Terps keep on going dancing. You the man, Derek Queen. NBA ready. Lottery pick. Maryland wins at the buzzer. Perfectly drawn up. Kevin Willard draws up the play out of the timeout. Get it to the big boy. Derek Queen to eat. And he eats down inside the low post off a fall away over number 25. High off the glass, banks it in as it lights up with zeros. March Madness, baby. Plus 200 buzzer beater DraftKings. Cha-ching. You just made yourself money. This is what March is all about. Derek Queen, a fall away. And he scored at the buzzer. Maryland gonna take on Florida. Back to this game, 20-14. New Mexico misses a shot, goes back to Michigan State running the floor here. In transition, no good, missed the layup by Cohen Carr. He also traveled with it. Turnover. Michigan State started off slow, very, very like Maryland this afternoon. Maryland came all the way back down by double digits, beat Colorado State. So no 12 seed in the Sweet 16. New Mexico with a possession. They're looking to be the 10 seed in the Sweet 16. Outside to the wing. Catch and fire 3. Off the back from no good. A rebound secured by Jackson Kohler. Michigan State with a slow start. Down by 6 here. Top of the key, Kohler. Slides it off to his left to Jaden Akins. Akins. Pocket pass down low. Gonna clean that up properly. And he had butterfingers with it. It's a turnover. Jackson Kohler, man. You gotta squeeze that. Squeeze that basketball. You got butterfingers on the floor. Tom Izzo ain't too pleased about that right now. New Mexico up by 6 with possession. Michigan State 4 turnovers. New Mexico with 1. Donovan Dent, top of the key, towards his right. Dribbles up, swings it down low underneath. New Mexico scores, up and off the backboard. That is Atiki Ali Atiki, number 6, who scores. He is from the country of Tanzania. 16-6 points in the paint for New Mexico. Hand off to Akins. Akins, kick out, corner 3. Jace Richardson off the back from no good. Tipped up to Richardson himself, spin cycle runner, no good. Fight for the rebound, couldn't get it. New Mexico's got it. 8-point lead by the Lobos. Here goes Dent. Yes, he does. 10-point lead for UNM. Donovan Dent, top point guard in America right now. Only D1 player averaging 20 and 5 for points and assists. Looking to put his team on the map for a Sweet 16. Michigan State struggling mightily from the field as Jeremy Fears gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here by Fears. 8:50 remaining. We are just getting started tonight. If you're new in the stream, keep on smashing that thumbs up. Hit the like, hit the subscribe here, folks. Type in the chat who you guys want to win. Michigan State, New Mexico, type it in. Jeremy Fears Jr., 11 points in the first round against Bryant. They had a lot of trouble in that opening round game against Bryant in the first half. Really started to pull away in the second half, beating them by 25. First free throw, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. Michigan State inefficient to begin this game. 5 for 13 shooting, 1 for 5 from 3. 3 for 6 at the free throw line. This is unlike Sparty type right now. And also 4 turnovers. New Mexico playing with their pace. Fast up the floor. And New Mexico, super fast pace. It's issues right now for the white players for Michigan State to keep up with a fast tempo here of New Mexico. What they've set the standard for this game. Michigan State goes 0 for 2 that trip at the free throw line here. Donovan Dent dribbles up to the elbow, rises for the jumper, deep 2, off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebounds, and it's a loose ball foul. Charge to Michigan State. Yeah, you can clearly see right now some of these guys don't belong for Michigan State. Jackson Kohler, Carson Cooper, Frankie Fiddler. You got 3 white guys on the floor that's getting out-hustled by the African-American players of New Mexico right now. Top of the key. New Mexico slides it down inside the low post over to Milivojevic. Outside over to Dent. They're able to grow this lead right now with Junior Joseph currently in the bench. That's a bad sign for Michigan State. Michigan State picks off the pass, though, with a turnover. Trey Holloman up the floor. Holloman on top, sends it over to Richardson. Back over to Holloman here at the right wing perimeter. So we approach the 8-minute mark left to go the first. Cooper at the top. Handoff. Richardson. His pass broke it up, and it goes out of bounds. Good hustle by New Mexico. Sailed out of bounds, though, and this is all New Mexico here. 24-14. Got to get these players able to start to feel the physicality, feel bodies. So we take the timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live stream. Richard, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Michael on the stream, welcome on board. It's what I'm seeing right now on the floor. Seeing players getting out-hustled here for Michigan State constantly on the floor. Active hands all over the place for New Mexico, disrupting the passing lanes in this game. It's quite evident right now. Really crappy first half here by Michigan State. 1 for 5 from 3. The inability to make a 3 quite evident currently. Ole Miss right now up at the half, 40-29 against Iowa State. Yeah, Michigan State ranks 323rd in the nation in three-point shooting percentage. They're probably going to get bounced out this game. That's every single team that's in the 300s has got bounced out in round 2. St. John's, Texas A&M, Illinois, St. Mary's, who was in the 290s, and now Michigan State's 323. So this tournament has not been kind to the teams that cannot shoot the 3 well. New Mexico is an attack team. They're all about 2s. They're top 10 in the country in 2-point attempts per game for them. That's all they're doing is getting to the rim. 11 for 19 right now, 58% shooting. They're 2 for 4 from 3-point range, so they don't attempt many 3s. It's all about getting to the rim. Yeah, I just really don't like the offense that I'm seeing right now out of Michigan State. Just a lot of tough shots so far in this game. Like New Mexico seems like they're quicker to the basketball. They got faster players on the floor. The 50-50 ball is going New Mexico's way. Hey, what's good? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. We got, yeah, glad to have you back on the stream here for, Leafs defense in the channel. 24-14. New Mexico looking to pull off a shocker here. Maryland able to survive against Colorado State. So, this is the only team left right now out of the Mountain West. Jaden Akins, near side front court, the inbound passer. 4 turnovers by Michigan State, 2 by New Mexico. Inbound goes to Holloman. Holloman, 10 on the shot clock. Finds Fiddler. Fiddler inside the key. Fiddler passes, backdoor cutter, throw down with a 2 and a flush. It's Akins. Finally, Michigan State is awoken. New Mexico up by 8 here with the ball. 16 to 10 points in the paint in favor of New Mexico. True Washington at the top towards his left around the perimeter. Hand off to Dent. Dent, the only player in NCAA Division I men's basketball, averaging 20 and 5 for points and assists. Dent swings it out to the wing. Washington attacks the paint. Washington lost the handle. His teammate picks it up with a Tiki corner jumper. That is way off the mark. No good. Missed by Washington, and to force it up. The rebound gets collected by Cooper. Here goes Michigan State up in transition. A bullet. Fire down low. Fiddler. Kick out. Corner. 3. Richardson. No good. Rim hasn't been kind to them so far. 1 for 6 from the perimeter. 6 for 15 from the floor. New Mexico going the other way, and they go up, get fouled. That's the third. Charge now to the Spartans, so it's going to send New Mexico here coming up to the free throw line, shooting 2 shots here. Two free throws for New Mexico. And no good in the first one. Missed by Philip Borovichidin. Atiki will check out. Junior Joseph back into the game. Junior Joseph having a big tournament. Slam dunk couple possessions ago from Michigan State. Second free throw is good. Carson Cooper with 2 personal fouls. Holloman at the top of the key here. Moves it off to his right. Zapawa. Hand off Holloman. Skip pass. Left corner. 3. Frankie Fiddler. No good off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Scramble for it. Michigan State on it as we get a tie up here. It's going to stay Michigan State possession. Oh, goodness. The inability to make a 3 right now is apparent. It's do or die in the tournament. A lot of the teams that can't make a 3, they're crumbling in this tournament, one by one. St. John's, Illinois. St. Mary's. Inbound out to the corner. This ball gets sent over to Trey Holloman. Holloman slices the feathers inside the key. Dish out to the wing off to Carr. Carr goes inside. Double clutch and he scores. Up and in off the backboard. 7-point game right now. Just take it to the rim. All you have to do, take it to the rim. 18 points against Bryant by Cohen Carr, and Michigan State gets themselves a block there by Fiddler at the rim. Here goes Fiddler, receives it up the floor. Fiddler attacks inside the paint. Dish out on top. Open 3. No good around the rim and out. Missed by Akins. Rebound control by New Mexico. Another missed 3. 1 for 8 from the perimeter for Sparty. Mustafa Anseal Hand off to the outside to Washington. Bounce pass over to Amseal. Amseal backs his way at the low block. Swings it outside to True Washington. Washington crossover. Shake and bake. Attacks inside. The paint goes up. Gets fouled. That is on Frankie Fiddler. 2 more free throws coming up here for New Mexico. New Mexico, what they thrive upon is 2-point shooting. Michigan State's got one of the elite perimeter defenses in the nation, but more leaky for a defense from 2 this year. They lock down the 3. This New Mexico team, all they're going to do is shoot 2 after 2 after 2. Rarely attempt any threes. First free throw missed short by True Washington. Ole Miss still up at the half against Iowa State that hasn't resumed second half yet. 40-29. Second free throw for Washington. That one's good. Spartans right now trailing, down by 8. Jace Richardson at the free throw circle. Handoff over to Trey Holloman. Bounce pass top of the key, Zapawa. Zapawa, handoff over to Richardson. Slides it out to his left. Up fake. Holloman dribbles up baseline. Deep 2. Jumper. No good off the mark. They're having a tough time making deep shots in this game. 18-footers. Mid-range pull-ups. 3-point shots. That is all being a struggle point of this game for Michigan State. Luckily, their defense is hanging in this game as Kohler collects the defensive rebound. Michigan State up the floor with a big collision right there. They'll go to the free throw line and shoot in a 1-on-1 bonus with Jeremy Fears. That's now number 7 charged in New Mexico. Yeah, you got to get these guys into foul trouble if you want to end up winning this game. CJ Nolan with now 2 personal fouls. He checks out. So he just picked up his second. Everybody else with 1 or 0. So nobody in deep foul trouble besides Nolan's for New Mexico. Carson Cooper with 2 for Michigan State. What's good, Mr. Smiley? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Chicago Bulls 1-2-3. Welcome back in, bud. 1-1 bonus now. Jeremy Fears Jr. at the line for Michigan State. Got the first one. Yeah, I'm sending my best thoughts and prayers out to you, Kansas City Chiefs fan. Just try to eat as healthy as possible, and if you have any tea there, when I'm sick, what works for me is ginger turmeric tea. Helps out a lot. 6-point game. New Mexico's in a 4+ minute field goal shooting drought right now. Lobos with possession. Donovan Dent at the top of the key. Dent slides it off to his right. Amseal jacks up the 3. Amseal from downtown rains the triple. It's a 9-point lead for the Lobos. Michigan State at the wing here. Trey Holloman drives, attacks the paint, floats it up over the top. This ball gets grabbed and it goes through Cohen Carr around the ring of the rim and it drops in. I thought he should have had the alley-oop at first, but either way, you got 2 points off that possession. That's a gigantic possession there. Could be the difference maker in the game. Top of the key for New Mexico. They go with a backdoor cutter. Will not count. Michigan State picks up a reach and follow. Charge to Richardson before the layup. Yeah, that Colorado State-Maryland game's the best game of the tournament. Colorado State-Maryland and then BYU-Wisconsin. Those 2 games, really, really good games. And then McNeese upsetting Clemson. New Mexico gets the inbound. Junior Joseph at the wing. Dribbles towards his left around the perimeter. Sends it off to Dent. Dent at the free throw circle. Dish outside Amseal. He dribbles up to the low block. Amseal, his pass got broken up out of bounds. That was kicked and it got airmailed to the 5th row of the seats. Skidded right past the entire camera shot there. Wasn't even in the frame. It just whipped right past it in a matter of moments and flew all the way to the near side to the 5th row up above. We're going to take a timeout right now. 29-22. We're down to 4 minutes left to go as we reach the media break. Alright, if you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, I took Michigan State to the Final Four in my bracket. I'm really, really regretting that now. I gotta check three-point shooting percentage before I pick these teams next year, because that's been the story of this tournament. St. John's getting bounced out, the inability to make a three. Michigan State right now, 1 for 8 from 3. They rank around the 320 mark in the country in three-point shooting percentage, in the bottom 45 in the nation. Yeah, it's an issue right now in this game. You make your threes, you're up in this game, you have the lead. This is not a good sign. They're down by 7 currently. And also, they're -1 on the glass, 12-11 for New Mexico. Second half has started. Ole Miss is up against Iowa State, 40-31. I should be back on Thursday. I'm not just sure just yet. I don't think they put the networks on for those games. So once they come out with a schedule, I'll post in the community tab within the next couple of days. But I'm hoping to be back for probably 2 streams each on Thursday and Friday. I'm probably going to do the earlier one, so whatever one airs at like 7:10 or 6:45 or something like that, and then like the late 8s, like an 8:48 tip-off or something like that, or like 9:10, because the 2 late ones, the late ones go by quick or so. So I'm probably going to stick to like an earlier schedule, because especially for Thursday, because that's a weeknight for me. So I don't know yet until the times and networks are revealed. But I'm hoping to be back live for 2 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday. So Maryland will match up with Florida. Alabama going to take on BYU. Arkansas, Texas Tech. That's going to be a really good game. That's on Thursday. Duke will take on the winner of Arizona, Oregon. So the games that will appear on Thursday are Maryland, Florida, BYU, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas Tech, and then the winner of Oregon, Arizona will face Duke. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Ole Miss, Iowa State. The 3 other matchups set for the Sweet 16, Purdue against Houston, Michigan against Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee, and then whoever wins this will take on the winner of Ole Miss, Iowa State. Back to action. Inbound, and Michigan State collects the block. Here goes the Spartans running the floor. 3-on-2. They scored a layup. Attack, attack, attack. That's how they're able to get their points today. Has been fast break transition points. Defense translating right into offense. Feel like this is going to be a good game down to the wire. New Mexico shooting 50%, 12 for 24. Came out red hot. Michigan State's defense started to tighten up right now. Michigan State 9 for 21 from the floor after starting off really, really cold. Dent at the top of the key. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Dent towards his left. Handoff to Amseal. Amseal attacks the low block here. Amseal backs his way inside the low post. Amseal, shot clock running down. Amseal couldn't get it off in time. It's a shot clock violation. Signs of life right now for Michigan State. Defense, defense, defense. Tightening it up. Seems like for Michigan State, they're slow starters, and then once they get into the game, this team gets going and going and going. They were down early against Bryant, and then they flipped a deficit into a 25-point victory on Friday. 8 out of their 9 field goals have come at the rim for Michigan State. They've yet to get anything with mid-range jumpers, runners, or 3-point shots. At the top of the key, they drive, attack, off to the baseline for Michigan State. Goes back over to Jeremy Fears. Fears crowded inside the paint. No good. Missed off the mark. New Mexico with a defensive rebound in the corner. 2:45 left to play in the first. 5-point advantage for the Lobos. Dent lobs it over to the low block here. Michigan State brings along the double team. This ball hits the deck as Junior Joseph lost it. Possession arrow stays New Mexico. Got tied up with it. Wow, this game's getting physical right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Michigan State currently has got all the momentum. They were down early by 10. New Mexico is stuck. Like, Michigan State's defense is the reason why they're in the game right now. If they can just start to make shots, then they're going to soar up and take the lead away. New Mexico in trouble, and they turn it over. Up the floor, outlet pass here, and what a track down by New Mexico. That is an all-out hustle play. True Washington, you're going to the NBA. Unbelievable play here. Michigan State up the floor to fast break. True Washington stripped it from Jace Richardson, kept it going, tiptoeing the baseline, and then sent it off Richardson on the bounce. New Mexico ball. 5-point lead, New Mexico with it. True Washington slides over to Dent. Dent at the left wing, fires a fastball at the right wing, elevates for the three, off the mark, no good, missed by Borovikinen, and tipped out of bounds off New Mexico. His last touched off Mustafa Amseal. Michigan State coming up with this possession. Celtics already won against the Blazers. That game started over 3 hours ago. Michigan State with 2 minutes left. Looking to cut it. 5-point deficit. 3-point deficit. Trey Holloman, backdoor to the rim, soars up, scores up and it off the backboard. Every single bucket today besides one has been scored at the rim. A timeout by Richard Pitino for New Mexico. It's a 3-point game, a 29-26. What a game. Michigan State starting to wake up, playing like their projection as a 2 seed. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams in the channel. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one, Michigan State or New Mexico. New Mexico got out to a strong start. They were controlling pace, controlling tempo. They love to play fast. Mustafa Amseal, 12 points. But Donovan Dent today has been limited. 4 points, does have 3 assists. 3 assists for Donovan Dent. Nelly Jr. Joseph with 4 points. So those guys, key for Michigan State is to limit those 2 star players. And they're doing that just to combine to 8 points with the final 2 minutes left to go before half. Yeah, this game started quite a bit late. This game tipped off at 8:50 p.m. Eastern time. So it was 10 minutes approximately later than the scheduled start time. Ole Miss is pounding Iowa State right now. 54-37 Mississippi with 16 minutes left. That's a dangerous team. They go 6 guys deep. George, what's good? Welcome in. Lee on the channel, welcome in. Hey, welcome back, Bill. Glad to have you back in, bud. Yeah, Michigan State, for them, they seem like they get better throughout the course of the game. Like, they're slow starters. Start out slow against Bryant in the first half, but they start to get going throughout the course of the game. Yeah, if you do, like, half, like, betting spreads on the half or so, taking the opponent in the points is probably wise for the first half if their opponent's Michigan State. Michigan State in the second half, they're a big-time second-half team. They were down throughout most of that first half against Bryant. They came back and they smashed them by 25. So right now we come back to action, 29-26. New Mexico up by 3 with possession. Under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Junior Joseph, backdoor cutter. Dent, no good. Missed the layup. And he's out of the play right now. 5-4 for Michigan State up the floor. Lob over the top. And they throw it down in transition with Jaden Akins. It's a 1-point game here, folks. Michigan State running the floor. Fast break transition points. That's helped them out in this game. They've scored every single basket besides one at the rim. New Mexico with possession. AMCL. Bounce pass over to Dent. Dent, top of the key. Slides it over to his left. Bounce pass sent to Junior Joseph at the low block. Junior Joseph forces up a tough shot over Kohler. Drew contact, though, in the foul. And 2 free throws coming up for Nelly Junior Joseph for New Mexico. Hey, welcome in from Brazil. We get Edward on the stream. Thanks for joining in from Brazil. Repping Michigan State here. Michigan State right now with all the energy, all the momentum going into halftime. They were down early on. Really struggled to generate shots. They were trailing by 10 at one point. It was 24-14. And now look at the score. Michigan State has outscored New Mexico 14-6 ever since, as the first one was good. The second one is good. 14-7 now ever since. 31-28 as we approach the final minute left to play before half. Jerby Fears off to his right as Michigan State attacks the paint and will draw the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up here for Trey Holloman as he soared up to the rim, got contacted from behind, and followed by... That's on Junior Joseph. Yeah, Junior Joseph has to be careful. Top rim protector. Top rebounder on the team. That's his second personal foul. Charged to Nelly Junior Joseph. Michigan State relies heavily upon 2 players. The point guard, Donovan Dent, only player in the nation averaging 20 and 5 for points and assists. And Nelly Junior Joseph, who's averaging a double-double of 14 and 11. That's not a good sign for New Mexico that Junior Joseph just picked up his second. First free throw was missed. Michigan State having a lot of efficiency issues from anywhere in this game but the rim. Every single bucket besides one has been basically at the rim. But if you ask this Michigan State team to take mid-range jumpers, to take perimeter shots, nada. It's not happening. They're tossing up boulders right now. Final minute left to go before halftime. New Mexico with the ball. Braden Applehans with possession. He slides it over to his right. True Washington. Bounce pass over to the elbow. AMCL backs his way. Low block. Oh, he got away with a push-off. That is an offensive foul charged to New Mexico. Mustafa AMCL lowering the boom on the Michigan State defender as he lowered the elbow right into the chest of Frankie Fiddler, who took the charge for Michigan State. This game getting physical right now. New Mexico got some foul problems. Mustafa AMCL, second personal foul of the night. Junior Joseph got 2. CJ Nolan got 2. And now they got Jovan Milicevic, who comes on the floor, checks in for AMCL, who heads towards the bench with 2 fouls. 2-point game. Michigan State trail by 10. Chance to tie it up or take the lead, and Michigan State will burn a timeout. First charge timeout to Michigan State. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. 33 seconds left as we head to the timeout. Wow, what a game. What's good, Ward? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. No Celtic streams this week because they play late at night at like 10 o'clock. My next stream will probably be not this Monday, but the following Monday when they play Memphis. So my next stream will be on Thursday, the Sweet 16 games. I'm not sure just yet who I'm going to stream until they announce the schedule. This is a 30-second timeout. Michigan State right now has got all the momentum. Really promising sign from Michigan State. They can't hit anything. There's been nothing besides one made 3. Yeah, they made 1 3 by Trey Holloman off the bench. That's the only shot that they've made from 6 feet plus in this game. So they've only made 1 shot this entire first half from 6 feet or greater. That was Trey Holloman on a 3. Every single other shot has been scored at the rim. They've had a lot of success in fast break transition. Like, New Mexico is having a tough time getting their feet set back defensively. I think they're looking at what time we're going to have on the clock. 33.1 seconds left. There might be some more time put back on the clock here. I don't think the clock started up with a possession properly. So this is under official review. The clock will not start until Trey Holloman first touches that ball in the backcourt. Now, the ball did graze off Holloman's shorts in the backcourt. So it grazed off Holloman's shorts first, but he decides not to pick it up for like another 8 bounces and then starts to dribble with it. So it grazed off Holloman's shorts, and then the ball bounces like 6, 7, 8 separate bounces, and then he decides once it's at like around midcourt, bouncing next to the March Madness logo, that he picks it up and he takes it right to the bench and takes a timeout. Okay, so we got some more time on the clock. 36 seconds. So Michigan State took the timeout, and there's been 3 more seconds added to it. 36 seconds. So a little bit of a clock malfunction there. Wow. Ole Miss smashing Iowa State 59-38. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. The winner of this game will take on Ole Miss in the Sweet 16. Ole Miss is a very, very deep team. (31-29). 36 seconds left to go before halftime. Inbound goes to Michigan State. Spartans with possession here. Trey Holloman at the edge of the March Madness logo. Holloman, he's defended by True Washington. Holloman, 14 on the timer, 12-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out the first half. Holloman, top of the key. Screen gets set by Kohler. Holloman towards his left. Holloman slides it on top. Akins takes the 3, missed it off the rim. Short tipped around, and New Mexico there with a Tiki Aliatiki to pick up the defensive rebound. New Mexico, 6 seconds left to go. Final possession. New Mexico, step back jumper, baseline, no good. Skidded off the rim. Put back chance at the buzzer, no good off the back rim, and we close out at the end of the first half of action. 31-29, New Mexico by 2 going into halftime. Michigan State did not have any traction to start off this game. It was New Mexico who was playing with their style, playing with their tempo, push, push, push for a top 20 team and pace in the nation. And then Michigan State starts to lock them up, play lockdown defense, contest shots, force misses. And right now, Michigan State's got all the momentum. They got the 10-point deficit to a 2-point deficit. What a start to this game. Got some foul trouble, too, to go over for New Mexico in the first half. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Michigan State, if they're going to go on and win this game, you got to hit shots. Michigan State made just 1 shot from 6 feet plus out in the first half. Every other shot was scored at the rim. 11 for 26. Multiple fast break points scored by Michigan State. Got to get some knockdown shooting on your team. Because what I'm seeing around the bracket, there's other teams that have a lot of knockdown shooting. And this Michigan State team just can't get any sort of shots to be knocked out. Also struggling today at the free throw line. 6 for 10 on the free throws. 1 for 9 from 3. That's the only jumper that they made. And then everything else has been scored winning 6 feet inside. Yep. So they've only made 1 jumper. They can't hit a mid-range shot to save their life. They can't hit a runner. They can't hit anything that's 6 feet plus besides the 1-3 that Trey Holloman made. That's the only shot that was scored. Trey Holloman, 9 points. 8 points by Jaden Akins. Everybody else with 4, 2, or 0. New Mexico, 12 points behind Mustafa Amsil. And their issue is that their top 2 star players haven't been able to get going. Nelly Jr. Joseph with 6, Donovan Dent with 4. Gabriel, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. We got George in the channel, like in New Mexico for this one. Glad to have you guys all back in. The Keys to Wisdom, welcome on board. Taking Michigan State. Wow, Ole Miss shooting red hot. Yeah, it doesn't shock me. They were ripping down threes against UNC. 61-42 Ole Miss. That's the sleeper team in the bracket. Usually the deep teams go really far in the tournament. They got 6 guys averaging double figures on that team. 15 for Jamin Brakefield, 14 for Malik Diaz, Sean Padilla with 13 points. 9 for 15 for Ole Miss. Yeah, Iowa State shooting 3 for 15, really missing Kashawn Gilbert. Oof, Momcilovic is 1 for 10. Yikes, a lot of brackets going to be broken with this one. I think a lot of people picked Iowa State far because they weren't really aware of Iowa State had like a lot of injuries, but recent history, the teams that come into the tournament with like significant injuries that's banged up, they usually go out in the second round. Actually, yeah, since we're at halftime, I'm going to see if I can put on that other game. New Mexico up by 2 here. Oh, wow. Oregon already starting against Arizona. What a start for Oregon. 13-4 Oregon in the first 4 minutes. So this is the only close game we got right now. Oregon-Arizona. This game's already a blowout beginning, and Arizona having a lot of issues handling the basketball. Jackson Shellstead layup. Arizona not coming to play like what usually happens in round 2 of the tournament. Dana Altman gets his team ready every single March to compete at a high level. Oregon coming into this tournament, nobody was talking about them, and they were red hot coming into this tournament. And Oregon just stole the ball again. Arizona back-to-back turnovers. Oregon at the rim, and they scored a putback. 17-4 Oregon against their former Pac-12 foe, Arizona. Oregon with an opening kill shot to begin against Liberty on Friday. And Oregon comes out knocking shot for shot for shot. This is a team that always gets dangerous in March. Oregon came into the bracket red hot. Oregon is now 9-1 in their last 10 games. Beat Liberty by 29. They have a road win at Wisconsin on February 22nd. A lot of teams that they beat were like bubble going on that win streak. They beat Indiana twice. But still, they had a bunch of momentum with them. They did go on a 5-game losing streak. But in that losing streak, they were traveling out to Michigan constantly. They were out taking on Michigan and Michigan State in early February. So they hit a skid because of their brutal travel schedule, playing in the new Big Ten. For them, that took really just a tough time to adjust to their travel schedule because they were doing really well all the way until like late January into early February. They hit a 5-game losing skid for them. They started off 16-3, hit that 5-game losing skid. At one point, it was 5-8 in the Big Ten. And then all of a sudden, they finish off 12-8 in the Big Ten because they get back on the right track, gain momentum. They were taking tough travel at Iowa, at Wisconsin in late February. They were winning those games on the road, going all the way out to the Midwest. They had some tough games at the start of the slate, too. They were at Ohio State, at Penn State in early January. I mean, that travel is no joke. Brutal for a West Coast team. That's why you see teams like Oregon, UCLA hitting these gigantic, just losing skids at one point, like mid-season, because it really takes a toll. And especially when the majority of the conference comes from like Midwest or like East Coast, it's so difficult when you're asked to like travel all the way out across the country if you're a team like Oregon, UCLA, and then you see your road schedule that's littered with teams like Maryland, Rutgers, Penn State. I mean, that's just a brutal schedule there. Yeah, this is pretty low. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole realignment thing. Or so it's I work with a couple colleges at the D1 level too, doing broadcast stuff. So some of the conference teams that they added into their conferences recently, it's very, very different with a realignment. Like, you have Chicago State, who's playing in the Northeast Conference, traveling out to play like a lot of East Coast teams out there. 17-4 Oregon on a 9-zip run. And Ole Miss is smashing Iowa State 63-43. This is like the first slate of games that we've had like blowouts besides Duke Baylor from this afternoon. Everything else has been pretty close. There's been at least like one close game. Alabama handled St. Mary's, but it wasn't like by like 20 plus points. Right now we got this game. I'm glad I picked this game because we got two just uncompetitive games right now. Kind of shocking that Arizona is a no-show. 19-4 Oregon. 4 points by Arizona, a top 25 team in points scored per game. Held scoreless for 3+ minutes. But then again, it's Arizona when it comes to the tournament. Arizona a couple of years ago lost to Princeton in round 1. Yeah, the teams that historically do great in the tournament, those are the teams that have been going far. Here we go. Arizona, what have they done recently? They went to the Sweet 16 last year. So, oh, wow. Arizona got 2 generous draws in their first 2 rounds. So, whenever they're not playing a mid-major, they're getting bounced out early in the tournament, it looks like, for Arizona. Arizona last year, they beat Long Beach State and they beat Dayton in the second round matchup. Dayton was a 7 seed last year. They beat them in round 2. They lost to Clemson, the 6 seed, 77-72 in the Sweet 16. Arizona bounced out against Princeton in 2023. Arizona, they were the 1 seed that year. Arizona, everybody was picking Arizona that year because their offensive numbers were off the charts in 2022. They lost in the Sweet 16 to Houston, who is a 5 seed. Arizona beat Wright State by 17. Arizona went into overtime, beat Eddie Lampkin and TCU 85-80. They survived a scare against the 9 seed TCU in 2022, and then they lost to Houston, the 5 seed. And then before COVID, this is what's happened to Arizona. Lost in the first round of Buffalo in 2018. They went to the Sweet 16 in 2017, lost to Xavier. Once again, they beat 2 mid-majors in round 1 and round 2. Wins over in North Dakota and St. Mary's in 2017. They got taken out in the first round by Wichita State in 2016. And then 2015 is the last time that they actually were able to beat major conference teams and go to the Elite Eight. So it's been a decade since Arizona, when you throw at them a major conference opponent, that they've been able to advance to the second weekend for them. They beat Texas Southern, then they beat Ohio State, then they beat Xavier. They lost to the 1 seed Wisconsin when they were the 2 seed in the Elite Eight in 2015. And they haven't won the championship since 1997. And Oregon's got just such a winning culture for them. I think their head coach has won something like 10 straight first-round tournament games for Dana Altman. And nobody ever talks about the Ducks. Even though, low-key, they're always like a sleeper team come March, because Dana Altman gets his team playing the best basketball in March. This year, they were playing some really good ball to start off. They were 16-3 starting off. Let's see what we got. I'm going to see if I can track down what they've done in the tournament. Here we go. That's last year they lost to Creighton. They were an 11 seed. They've been a double-digit seed a couple times as like a late-season red-hot machine for them. So last year they beat South Carolina. They were the 11, and that was the matchup that South Carolina was like the luckiest team in America. Somehow they got a 6 seed. They had a really good record, but they had some terrible losses that they lost games by 30. They won a bunch of close games. They would lose games by like 25, 30 points against signature opponents. They beat the bottom tier teams in the SEC by like 2-3 points only. And yeah, Oregon blew out South Carolina in the first round matchup. Then Oregon got taken into overtime, lost to Creighton. Final score of that game was 86-73 in double overtime. I remember watching that game. The wheels just fell off of Oregon in the double OT session. They had N'Faly Dante in that game. They had like a lot of foul trouble issues in that game. 2021, they had a no contest against VCU. Unfortunately, VCU, their team, did not play in that tournament, got COVID at the site. So Oregon advanced to round 2, and they took out Luka Garza in Iowa in a shootout, 95-80 in the second round. They were the 7 seed. They took out the 2 seed Luka Garza, National Player of the Year at Iowa. And that was in 2021, year coming back after COVID. And then they faced Isaiah Mobley, and Evan Mobley in USC, and lost to USC 82-68, which USC went to the Elite Eight in that tournament. But yeah, Oregon's always seemed to have second weekends in their DNA. 2019 lost to the national champion Virginia by 4 in the Sweet 16. 2017 they made it to the Final Four. 2016 they lost in the Elite Eight to Oklahoma. You have to go back to 2015, the last time that they didn't make the Sweet 16, besides last year when they lost to Creighton. So they didn't make it last year because they lost to Creighton, but then 2015 was the last time they didn't make it when they lost to Wisconsin. So back-to-back times they missed out on second weekend. It was 2014 and 2015. What's good, Vernon? Welcome in. Thanks for joining back in, man. Ole Miss dominating Iowa State 68-48. 70-48 as Ole Miss scores off the turnover. Yeah, usually there's one or two teams in the bracket every single year that's injured. Kansas, the year after they won the championship, 2023, they got bounced out by Arkansas in the second round as the 1 seed. They were dealing with injuries going into that game for Kansas. Baylor, the year after they won the championship, 2022, they got bounced out in the second round against North Carolina. And this is a similar case scenario here. Iowa State, significant injury, bounced out in round 2 against Ole Miss. Down to 8 minutes left. Ole Miss is dominating. Ole Miss just sunk a 3. Ole Miss legit cannot miss. 73-48 Ole Miss. Yup. Tariq Queen with a buzzer beater from Maryland. Oregon up 26-14 against Arizona. If you enjoy the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching, being a part here on the channel. These are my top 5 picks for today that I made earlier. So I got Alabama on the spread. Unfortunately, didn't get Maryland's, but I got Ole Miss money line. Michigan State, going to need them by 6.5. Going to need a big second half on the Michigan State. And then Oregon looking very, very good right now. Very good for Oregon. Still a lot of game left to play in that one, though. Arizona can score in bunches. That's the thing. But Oregon out to a gigantic lead. Winner of this game will take on Ole Miss in the Sweet 16. Arizona just scored its 26-16. That Oregon-Arizona winner is going to face Duke. That's probably where their tournament is going to end, unfortunately. If you had Oregon or Arizona past Duke, I mean, I don't know how many people would ever have that. I'd be stunned to hear the reasoning on that. But yeah, I think that's where it's going to end for whoever wins this game, unfortunately. But stranger things have happened. This Oregon team really playing well. Caleb Love just shot an air ball. Yeah, SEC doing really well. Bottom part of the conference didn't fare too well, but the top half, solid. Auburn taking on Michigan. Ole Miss going to advance. Ole Miss was a top half team in the conference. Alabama got past St. Mary's. Florida about to face Maryland. That's going to be a great game. Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas. Arkansas is the 10 seed. A lot of fun matchups await. A lot of really, really fun matchups. No small schools. New Mexico would be the one last saving hope. So, like, no, like, smaller type of schools. Maryland against Florida. Oregon, Arizona winner versus Duke. BYU against Alabama, Arkansas, Texas Tech. It's all Power 5s. Purdue, Houston, Michigan, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. I think you're on to something, Harry. I think there's a chance, honestly. I'm not too impressed about this Michigan State team today. You got to hit a 3. Got to hit 3s. Tonight, Ole Miss, 10 for 17, 59% from the perimeter. If Michigan State exits this tournament, it's going to be the same way that St. John's did, the inability to make a 3. I'm very worried. I actually picked Michigan State to go to the Final Four. I honestly think it might be Ole Miss. Auburn, the last team that Ole Miss lost to was Auburn. Like, that's a redemption game for Ole Miss. We might be seeing a 6 seed go all the way to the Final Four. If they can get past Michigan State cannot hit their shots that game, and then they take out Auburn, they're in the Final Four. So what lies from them is a Michigan State team. If Michigan State escapes this, if not, it's New Mexico. So whoever they take on, it's either the winner of this game. Michigan State needs to get their 3-point shooting going, or they could be bounced out of the bracket real soon. And then after that, if they win that game, it's the team that just took them out of the SEC tournament, and they played really close with Auburn. Here we go, start to the second half. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Michigan State left to right on the floor. Let's see if this is a rejuvenated squad. They're down by 2. They trailed as many by 10. Trey Holloman leading the way with 9 for the Spartans. At the free throw circle, Michigan State sends it back outside, working their way around the perimeter. To the wing, it's Jeremy Fears. Fears at the top of the key. Fears dribbles, drives, mid-block. Fears outside, sends it off to Jace Richardson. Tees up the three, no good. Tip to the perimeter, and Michigan State ball with a huge collision as Donovan Dent picks up the foul, and he stick-checked Jeremy Fears, who went down hard. What in the world did you need to do that for? There's no reason why you needed to do that. That ball is loose, and you just slam right into him. Go after the ball. Don't go after a big body blow there to the face area of Fears. Jeez. Inbound over to Michigan State. Out to the left wing perimeter. Jace Richardson off the right to his dribble. Zapala handed off to Fears on top with Richardson. Richardson on the outside finds Akins. Akins fires a fastball down low. No good. Offensive rebound off a putback chance. Second chance, no good. Tipped around, finally tipped in. It is cleaned up by Shamor Zapawa for two. We're tied up 31-31 right now. New Mexico is stuck on a lengthy drought for themselves offensively, coming late stage of the first half into the second half here. New Mexico's first possession coming 1+ minute into action. Huge rejection by Michigan State. Soared up with great athleticism with a block. Cohen Carr drives, attacks the paint, and he gets fouled. That is what I like to see right there. Bully ball, athleticism, physicality. Cohen Carr swats the ball away like a volleyball block right there. I was talking about that earlier on in this game. I was not impressed by Michigan State, how they came out flat and they got out-hustled to start this game against New Mexico. And have the tables turned in the favor of Sparty. 18:30 left to go. Cohen Carr, 2 free throws away. First one's good. They really took it to Bryant in half number 2. They got a chance to do that here against New Mexico in the second half of this game. First lead tonight now for Michigan State. Second free throw is good. 33-31. Got 70+ watching right now. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. First lead change in this game. New Mexico at one point was up by 10. Junior Joseph forces up the shots. Got fouled over Zapawa. Zapawa's out of Poland. 2 free throws await here for Nelly Junior Joseph. Former Iona Gale, played for Rick Pitino, then transferred to New Mexico to play for son Richard Pitino. First shot to left it short, no good by Junior Joseph. They have yet to get Junior Joseph and Dent going. Combined 10 points out of the 31 each. 6 by Junior Joseph, 4 by Donovan Dent. Those are the 2 guys that's the superstar players in this team for the Lobos. So they're in trouble if they cannot get those guys going. Second free throw missed off the rim short by Nelly Junior Joseph. Here comes Michigan State. Top of the key, Jackson Kohler. Handoff right wing perimeter off to Richardson. Slides it off to his left to Akins. Akins around the perimeter. Bounce pass to the top here to Kohler. Kohler dribbles towards his right. Handoff to Richardson. Richardson dump off. Low block. Cooper outside to the top. Off to Fears. Fears for the shot clock as he attacks the paint. Double clutch. No good. And the rebound eventually gets ripped away by Philippe Borovichinen. New Mexico now with the ball. True Washington, top of the key. Thought about the step back, makes the pass off to Dent, who has been limited in this game. Dent across the floor over to Borovichinen. On the top here with Amseal. Amseal at the elbow. Amseal stuck. He's defended by Carr. Over to the elbow. Amseal once again outside as they're going to have to launch 3 in the shot clock. Tough shot, no good, and a leaner going for New Mexico. Bricked it off the back rim. Here goes Michigan State right to the rim, and they score. Up and in off the glass. Good for 2. Jaden Akins. That's a 4-point lead for Sparty, and a timeout taken by the Lobos. Here's Michigan State right now. Playing with pace, playing with tempo, getting to the rim. Attack, attack, attack. Every single basket besides one has been scored from 6 feet or below in this game. Very close proximity to the rim, how they have scored all throughout the course of this game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I'll be back on Thursday covering 2 Sweet 16 matches. Not sure just yet which ones until they put out the times, but hoping to cover 2 games for you guys coming up on Thursday. Double digits now for Jaden Akins. He leads the way with 10. 9 points by Trey Holloman off the bench, 6 by Cohen Carr. This is a really good, balanced Michigan State team. They don't have that guy that can, go off for, 25, 30, but they can, balance it out. It's kind of similar to Ole Miss. They'll be taking on Ole Miss. Whoever wins this one will take on Ole Miss. But in terms of balance, they got a bunch of balance on their team. Ole Miss has got 6 guys in double figures scoring. It's just, now for Michigan State, they're going to need to make shots. Because they haven't been able to make shots, but it's clever how they've been able to win this game simply just attacking the rim. If it was another team or so, this would not work, but it's working right now against New Mexico. New Mexico is having a lot of trouble getting back in fast break transition and off long rebounds or defensive stops. That's where Michigan State's generating their points. They're turning that defense right into instant offense. Yeah, I'll have to check and see. It all depends about the times right there. Michigan-Auburn would be a really good game to cover. Yeah, Michigan-Auburn would be a really good game to cover. I would like to do Kentucky-Tennessee, too. That would be a really good game as well, I feel like. What's good, Dan in the stream? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. YH, welcome on board. Thanks for finding my channel. If you guys are new in the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up. Every single like helps out this video a ton. Hit the subscribe if you guys enjoy the content, too. And I'm hoping to be back live for the Sweet 16 games coming up on Thursday. 15-2 run by Michigan State. They trail by 9 with 4.5 left to go before halftime. This is a second half team right here for Michigan State. They picked up 14 quad 1 wins this season. That is number 2 in the nation behind Auburn in most quad 1 victories. They've won so many times, tough road game after tough road game. New Mexico has been held scoreless for over 7.5 minutes without a field goal for them. This is just classic defense here displayed by Michigan State going up against the top 15 scoring team in the nation. And finally, they snap a 7-minute and 40-second scoring drought without a field goal. That's the first field goal made since 4:41 remaining in the first half as Junior Joseph scored at the rim. 2-point game right now, 16:40 remaining. Cooper slides it over to his right to Fears. Fears turns the corner, free throw circle. Outside to the top for Michigan State. Bounce pass, got broken up, intercepted. Junior Joseph collected the steal up the floor. Dent lobs it up over the top, and they score on a lob in transition with True Washington. They play with a bunch of pace. Top 20 in the nation and adjusted pace per KenPom for offense is New Mexico. Michigan State going to slow it down a little bit. Jeremy Fears, top of the key. 12-3 fast break points in favor of Michigan State tonight. Low block here with number 0, Jackson Kohler. He scores off the pivot. Back and forth we go. What a great game with under 16 left to play. Dent, inside the key. Jumper, rattled in. It's good for 2. Donovan Dent, Nelly Jr. Joseph, those are the 2 guys who will have to take over for New Mexico if they want to have any chance to win this game here. Dent with only 6 tonight. Richardson off the dribble. Richardson attacks the paint inside. Missed the layup, deflected out of bounds. I believe it's out off the Lobos here. This is going to take us to an official TV timeout as well. So we are down to 15:38 left to play as we head over to this timeout. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool there, Jay Ramirez. Andres, welcome back in. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Keep it going tonight here. Gonna do a quick read for my channel sponsor right now since we're on this timeout. This stream is sponsored by BetUS, where you can bet on the season's sports action. With BetUS, it's an A+ rated sports book, which has been running since 1994. It's available in all 50 U.S. states. With BetUS, you can bet on your favorite sports teams, players, and sporting events. And for new sports bettors, you go to the BetUS website. You'll receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits of up to $2,000. Use my BetUS channel link, which is posted in the description of the video and pinned into the chat to get started, or you can click the QR code at the bottom corner of the screen. So check out BetUS, my channel sponsor. The link is in the description of the video, pinned into the chat. QR code at the corner. BetUS has been changing the game for over 30 years. I like the Lakers tomorrow in that game. Yeah, they got nothing to lose for New Mexico here. Just leaving it all on the line for them. There's no pressure whatsoever. Last year, they got bounced out against Clemson in the first round. So now they've redeemed themselves. They picked up a round 1 win already against a major conference team in Marquette. And this would be a huge step up for them. There's no smaller schools that's in the Sweet 16. They're the only team left standing right now. Everybody else is from a major conference. Wow, Oregon, Arizona really got tight here. 31-30 Oregon, as Arizona is pulled win and one. Arizona did not show up for the first 10 minutes in that game. It was 17-4 at one point, Oregon, but all of a sudden Arizona's got all the momentum. They've closed the gap in a 1-point game. Arizona just took the lead, actually. 32-31 Arizona. Ole Miss leading Iowa State 83-69 with 2:14 left. Yeah, what a game indeed. In this one, we're all knotted up at 37. Back to action right now. 15:38 remaining in the second half. Trey Holloman towards his left around the perimeter. Sends it over to Cohen Carr. Carr having a big second half. Couple key plays here at half 2. Holloman inside the paint. No good. Trying to clean it up was Cooper, but unable to slam it down as he missed it off the glass off the putback. New Mexico with possession. Nelly Jr. Joseph moves it off to his left to Dent. Dent at the top. Towards his left off the dribble. Dent sends it down low. Jr. Joseph brings along the double. Got it to go. Good for 2. New Mexico on top. Both of the top players in the team working together there. Point guard Donovan Dent with assist. Nelly Jr. Joseph working his way up to 10. Trey Holloman at the top. Hand off to Akins. Jaden Akins. Moves it over to Cooper. Carson Cooper, and a foul charge to New Mexico around the perimeter reaching in. That's on True Washington. That's now his third. 3 personal fouls tonight for True Washington. 2 each by Mustafa Amsil and Nelly Jr. Joseph. And then off the bench, CJ Noland with 2 personal fouls. Gotta watch out right now for the foul trouble. Inbound for Michigan State. Frankie Fiddler has it at the elbow. Lob pass down low. Michigan State couldn't make it from point-blank range as Cooper missed the shot, but another New Mexico foul. This is on Borovichinen, number 8. Yeah, I'll still go Golden State there in that game. Miami, whenever I've seen them recently, they do not look good at all for the Heat recently. First free throw is good at the line for Michigan State with Carson Cooper. Better ice cream flavor, cookies or cream or chocolate chip cookie dough? I'd probably go chocolate chip cookie dough. Second free throw is good as well. 39-39. What a game here. 14 and a half left to go. Game trends are 4 ties, 2 lead changes. New Mexico led by 10. Largest lead from Michigan State was by 14. Missed corner jumper by New Mexico. The rebound pulled down by Carson Cooper. Michigan State out of the pack with it. Jeremy Fears. Top of the key, slides it over to his right to Frankie Fiddler. Fiddler on top, moves it off to Fears. Fears sends it off to his left to Akins. Akins dribbles towards his right around the perimeter, guarded by the big man, Junior Joseph. Brings along the double, gets it away to Cooper. Cooper lost it, turnover. New Mexico out of the pack with a possession. C.J. Noland on the floor, back again. New Mexico this time will slow it down. 7 turnovers by Michigan State, 5 by New Mexico, as New Mexico takes it to the rim. Dent no good. He's out of the play. 5 on 4 here for Michigan State. Holloman outside to the wing, off to Akins. Back into the hands to Trey Holloman. Trey Holloman drives, gets past Dent right to the cup, and he puts one up, and he scores. Up and off the window. 2-point lead for Michigan State. Very entertaining game we got right here, right now. Dent lost it, turnover. Back-to-back turnovers by Donovan Dent. Here goes Michigan State with it. They tee up a 3 in transition. They got it. Jaden Akins. Bang, bang, bang. The first made 3 in a long time here for Sparty. Largest lead in the night from Michigan State. Timeout on the floor taken by New Mexico. 44-39 as we head over to the timeouts. What a shot. Long awaited for, just 2 for 11 in this game from 3. And boom shakalaka, that one sends the house down. Michigan State with all the momentum right now. If you're new on the channel, keep on smashing the thumbs up tonight. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well, as we're on the road to reach 100 plus viewers here. So much balance with this Michigan State squad, Carly. 13 now by Jaden Akins, the catalyst, leading the comeback tonight. 11 by Trey Holloman. 6 points by Cohen Carr. He's got a really athletic block, too, that he had at one point in this game with 1 block, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Donovan Dent, 2 turnovers here at half, too. He's got 6 points, 2 turnovers, 5 assists. 12 each by Junior Joseph and Amseal, but Donovan Dent, who is averaging 20 points per game, a top 10 scorer in the nation, limited to just 6 points right now. New Mexico with possession here. Inside the low post, Junior Joseph scores with a right-hand finish. 3-point game all of a sudden. 1 timeout remaining for New Mexico. Michigan State still with 3 timeouts left. So we're down to 12:50 left to play. Spartans with possession. Jace Richardson moves it off to his left on the outside. Kohler, hand off to the top to Fears. Lob across the floor off to Holloman. Holloman, step back 3 in the air. That's a wedgie. In between the glass and the back heel of the rim. And Trey Holloman shoots a 3-point shot wedgie. Possession arrow goes to New Mexico. That might be the first wedgie of the tournament. 3-point lead to Michigan State. New Mexico with possession. Oh boy, it's a backcourt violation charged to New Mexico. Yikes. Big ew on the possession. Yikes. C.J. Noland could not handle the pass properly. Is hide away from Noland, and it batted off his hands, ricocheted all the way to the backcourt, and resulted in a half-court violation. That's a bad turnover. Each team with 7 turnovers. Michigan State with the ball, top of the key. Jeremy Fears off to his left, moves it over to Richardson inside the low post. Bounce pass outside. Holloman moves it off to the corner. Richardson, right baseline dribble. Shovel, jumper, good. One of the very few J's that they hit today, but that is good inside the key by Frankie Fiddler from 7 feet away. 6-point lead for Michigan State. And we have a whistle here. Looks like Michigan State picks up the reach and foul. That's only their first of the first half. First of the second half right now. 4 fouls by New Mexico, 1 by Michigan State. And this will take us with the under 12 media break. 11:55 left. Michigan State extending it to a 5-point lead. All right, so let's see what we got right here. Ole Miss. Congratulations to Ole Miss, the 6th seed, as they knock off the 3 seed Iowa State. A lot of seniors on that team. They got 10 seniors on Mississippi. Chris Beard, a winner in March. Ole Miss continues their dream, and they keep on dancing. Sean Padula, they got one heck of a team. Yeah, Iowa State's head coach TJ Otzelberger goes right over to the entire Ole Miss team, shakes their hand like, it's like, wow, this team just took us out of the tournament. This Ole Miss team looks legit. This Ole Miss team has 6 guys who average double figures on their team. They are a major Final Four sleeper, especially if Michigan State cannot continue to hit threes. If Michigan State wins this game, Ole Miss is red hot from 3. Ole Miss is appearing in their first Sweet 16 since 2001. Michigan State, the inability to make a 3. They're going to need to make multiple 3s against Ole Miss to beat Ole Miss, because defense alone ain't going to be able to solve that. And then after that, watch out. Ole Miss takes on Auburn, the team that last beat Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss has a shot right there to upset Auburn in a revenge game. This Ole Miss team is on to something to be a Final Four dark horse sleeper. 91 points they put up. 91-78 for Ole Miss. Not a whole lot of people could see this. So if you just go by schedule for Ole Miss, you can't see this at all. This is Ole Miss since February 15th. Lost to Mississippi State, lost to Vanderbilt, lost at Auburn by 30. Won against Oklahoma by 3. Won against Tennessee by 2. Lost to Florida by 29. Won by 3 in the SEC tournament to Arkansas. Got eliminated by Auburn in the SEC tournament by 5. So if you just look at the schedule of Ole Miss, and you see that going into the tournament they were 3-5 in their last 8 games, it doesn't make sense, does it? No. But in basketball, there's a thing called roster construction, and that team in a tournament-style tournament like March Madness, it is built for success. They got 6 guys averaging double figures. They got a really deep team that comes at you with 10 different players. It's very difficult to scout, especially in a one-day arrest basis in a tournament-style event. It's very, very difficult to scout Ole Miss from a tournament perspective. So that's why they're doing so well in the tournament, because the deeper teams, remember Florida Atlantic back 2 years ago? Florida Atlantic had a roster that they went 9, 10, 11 guys deep for FAU. That's basically the 2024 style version of Ole Miss, that they're going to come at you in 4 or 5. They're going to come at you with multiple guys who can put the ball into the bucket, score the basketball, defend at a high level, shoot threes for Ole Miss. Not many teams do that. Right now, Michigan State, what they're going up against is that New Mexico got 2 superstar players in their team, Donovan Dent and Nelly Jr. Joseph. They're here to limit that right now. Michigan State with the ball, 11:25 left to go. Jeremy Fierce, Holloman across the floor as he finds his teammate Fiddler. Fiddler jumper no good, around the rim and out. Jr. Joseph collects the defensive rebound. New Mexico looking to get this back win in 1 possession right now. Right baseline dribble by Philip Borovichinen. He's double team, gets the way to Jr. Joseph. Jr. Joseph drives inside the paint. Jr. Joseph right past Zapawa, and he scores. 3-point game right now. Been a really good game all throughout the course of today. Watch out for the trailer. Here goes Michigan State. Zapawa on the outside finds Holloman. Outside, inside. Dump off down low. It's good. Wow, working together right there. That is unselfish basketball, sharing the rock for Michigan State. 48-43. Michigan State up by 5. Arizona leads Oregon 42-37 with 35 seconds left to go before half, as Michigan State comes up with an athletic block at the rim. 5-4 up the floor. Holloman over to the wing. He moves it out to the key. Fears his pass broken up, stole away. New Mexico forces the turnover. Lobos look to race up the floor. Here goes Dent, and Dent gets fouled. 10:07 left. What a game. This game is far from over. Got players making big-time blocks. Jeremy Fears soared up for a major athletic block for Sparty. You got guys all over the floor making game-changing plays here for Michigan State. That's now 5 blocks for Michigan State, 0 by New Mexico. Inbound goes to New Mexico. Not many fouls yet this half either. 4 by New Mexico, 3 by Michigan State as we are midway through the second half. New Mexico on top. Junior Joseph, bounce pass, backdoor cutter to the rim. Donovan Dent is good for 2. 3-point game right now. Jaden Akins takes it back out to the wing of the perimeter, slides it over to Fears. Across the floor finds Cohen Carr. Towards his right to Jace Richardson. Richardson, 12 in the timer. Richardson dribbles up. Richardson, jumper. Richardson, no good off the back rim. Tipped up in the rebound. Battle for it. Scramble for the basketball as it rolls out of bounds off the Lobos. There's a player down for New Mexico in some pain. Number 8. Philip Baravichinen right now went down trying to battle for that basketball. A little bit of pain right now, grabbing his left shoulder. Michigan State gets the inbound. 3-point lead right now for Sparty. Jeremy Fears dribbles towards his right around the perimeter. Bounce pass on top over to Cohen Carr. Moves it off to the baseline. Baseline dribble, no good. Blown by Michigan State. Tipped up around. Cohen Carr pins it right off a Lobo out of bounds. It will stay Spartans ball. Heads up play there. Cohen Carr, number 55. This dude is all hustle. He is completely different compared to everybody else in the arena right now. He is playing faster, stronger, more athletic than anybody out there. He just has that it factor to him. That's what you gotta see. You love to see that. Inbound goes to Fears. Fears towards his right around the perimeter. Bobbled, lost it, bumped into, fouled. New Mexico. Loose ball foul, their 5th as a team. That was dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Arizona goes up at the half 42-38 against Oregon. Yeah, I don't think the Heat are going to make it into the play-in game. When I've covered the Heat this year, it hasn't looked good. They have not looked good at all. Inbound to Fears. He slides it over to Richardson at the left wing. Richardson towards his right. Got to settle it down here if you're Michigan State. Shot clock down to 5, though. Fears, top of the free throw circle, has some space. Up fake, leans into contact. Fears gets fouled. 2 shots coming up here for Michigan State at the free throw line for Jeremy Fears. Yeah, nice little up fake. Completely got the defender guessing. Jovan Milicevic just completely went for that and got baited. And went in for the block, and Fears simply cut him off the up fake. 8:49 left to play. 7.5 points on average this season. Only 2 tonight, though, by Fears. We get 100+ watching. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Final stream today. I'm hoping to be back live on Thursday for the Sweet 16, covering 2 matchups this upcoming Thursday. First free throw is good. Yeah, definitely not, so the Raptors ain't going to do that. Substituting out is Milicevic. Second free throw, no good. Missed by Fears. New Mexico collects the rebound. Donovan Dent dribbles up, drives, downhill, Dent to the rim, no good. Shoved in, though. Nelly Jr. Joseph with a humongous putback dunk. Wow. Big time flush there by NJJ off the layup miss by Dent. Now the back end of this play. Yeah, Junior Joseph. Michigan State got a quick inbound, and Junior Joseph clobbered. That's their 7th. So now Michigan State's in the bonus. Junior Joseph picked up a terrible retaliation foul, and because of that, he has to sit on the bench. That's 4. That's 4 fouls now by Nelly Junior Joseph. What the heck was that foul? Retaliation foul after he goes up for the putback slam dunk. He fouls Jeremy Fears off the inbounds. So he is on the bench. He's going to have to sit on the bench for a long time, and he averages a double-double. That's a humongous loss for New Mexico. First free throw is good. 50-47. Michigan State with just 3 fouls. New Mexico now with 7. Junior Joseph, 4 personal fouls. 3 fouls committed by True Washington. Everybody else with 2-1 or 0. Second free throw is good. So Fears buries both of the free throws. That's a big mistake in this game, picking up his 4th. Way too early for a 4th foul. Way too early. We're down to under 8.5 left to go. Michigan State 13 for 18 at the line. New Mexico is 4 for 8. Dense. So Michigan State picks up a reach-in foul here. Inbound back to New Mexico. Dent slides it off to his right. Around the perimeter with Borovichinen. Back over to Dent. Dent drives downhill to the rim. He scores up and off the backboard over Fiddler for 2. What's good, Jacob? Welcome back in here, bud. It's only a 2-point game right now. Type in the chat who you guys want to win this one, New Mexico or Michigan State. And New Mexico comes up with a block as they race up the floor. It is Amseel who came up with a block, and Michigan State has it right back. Here they go, numbers. 2-on-1 attacking the paint, and they blew the layup. Trey Holloman in a 2-on-1 could not get it to go. New Mexico with the ball. Donovan Dent will slow it down. As we're down to 7:40 left to play. Dent dribbles, drives, downhill, right down the lane inside. He scores up and off the backboard. If you like paint points, it's all we got tonight. Barely any threes. New Mexico 3 for 10 from the perimeter. Michigan State is 3 for 13 tonight. 5th tie of the game. 7:20 left to go. Michigan State with possession. Holloman on top. Slides it over to Fiddler. Fiddler dribbles up to the elbow. Bounce pass Holloman. Top of the key. 8 in the shot clock. Holloman off the dribble towards his left. Holloman double team. Gets it away over to Akins. Akins takes a 3. Akins. Oh, he buries it. Jaden Akins. An absolute moon shot from the top of the key. And a 3-point lead for Sparty. Big time shot right there by Jaden Akins. New Mexico with a possession. Top of the key with Dent. Dent at the right wing perimeter. Dent shake and bake. Dent lost the handle on the basketball. Players hitting the deck right here. This body is still loose. Michigan State comes away with it. They got numbers. 5-on-3 up the floor. Dribbling baseline to the hole. And they score. Up in and off the backboard. It is good for 2. Plus the foul for Michigan State. Taking the one through contact right there. Right now to the cup for Sparty. Frankie Fiddler on a 5-on-3 fast break transition draws the contact from Philip Borovichinen, and he gets the and 1. TV timeout. 6:38 left to play. What a game. Critical turnover by New Mexico and Michigan State. All throughout tonight's game, man, have they capitalized on the Lobos' mistakes. Big time 3 by Jaden Akins. 16 points, making 2 out of the 3 threes tonight by Michigan State. The 2 only threes that they made in the second half. Man, that was an absolute moonshot of a 3 for Jaden Akins. We remember Michigan State win this game. You'll remember that shot right there for Jaden Akins. If this is a 3-point win tonight for Michigan State, go directly back to that 3-point shot with like 7 minutes left, because that's the difference right there. What a stroke from the perimeter. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Lord Emperor, welcome in. Felix, thanks for joining in. Appreciate everybody for being a part here tonight on the channel. Second stream today I covered earlier this afternoon, Illinois against Kentucky, and really glad to have you guys be a part and join in on the madness here throughout the NCAA tournament. It ain't pretty, but it's gritty. Michigan State getting things done in fast break transition. Points off turnovers, a key to their success throughout this game today. Winner of this game will take on Ole Miss in the Sweet 16. Arizona up at the half, 42-38 against Oregon. I think a lot of people had Iowa State going far in their brackets. There's a lot of wrecked brackets after that one. There's also a free throw here by Frankie Fiddler, and he missed the free throw coming back from the timeout. New Mexico controls the defensive rebound. 6:35 remaining right now. Lobos with possession as they are down by 5. Donovan Dent at the top, pocket pass off the roller underneath, able to control it, and loose ball. It's another turnover by New Mexico. Michigan State with numbers on the break once again. They get a 4-on-3. They race up the floor. Now they'll slow it down. Bounce pass, low block, Jackson Kohler. Kohler brings along the double. Kohler, bounce pass, backdoor cutter, and they got it to go. Good for 2. Frankie Fiddler showed up big here right now in this game for Michigan State in half number 2. 7-point lead, largest one of the game. Michigan State 34 points in the paint today as New Mexico will draw the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up for True Washington. Man, was that foul a very, very critical foul by Nelly Jr. Joseph with around 8 minutes left. He picked up his 4th personal foul. He's averaging a double-double of 14 and 11. And without their top rim protector, rebounder, and one of their key offensive threats, New Mexico right now is in a rut offensively with their team. 5:53 left. The first free throw is good by True Washington. He's only got 6 tonight. Donovan Dent's been locked up in this matchup. He averages 20 points per game for Dent. Right now, he's only got 10 points tonight, though. Second free throw, no good. Around the rim and out. The rebound controlled by Michigan State by Cohen Carr. Spartans with the ball. Under 6 minutes left to play. New Mexico not doing well at the free throw line. They're 5 for 10. Top of the key with Frankie Fiddler starting to take over the game recently. Fears, dump off, Fiddler underneath, loose ball as we have a sea of players here forcing a tie-up. There were 4 red uniforms alongside Kohler in the middle. Kohler gets tied up in his possession arrow to Michigan State. A lot of people joining in, 125 plus. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, type in the chat. Who guys got to win this game here, Michigan State or New Mexico? Michigan State underneath their hoop. Looking for the inbound. It goes out to the baseline. Baseline dribble, Fiddler. Jumper connects on it. Frankie Fiddler starting to take over here, folks. 8-point lead for Michigan State. Frankie Fiddler working his way up to double figures. He's got 10 on 4 for 6 shooting. New Mexico with the ball. Dent, bounce pass to his right. Amseal backs his way outside over to his teammate True Washington. Washington, 10 on the shot clock. Washington thought about a 3. Washington drives inside the paint. Washington blocked by Carson Cooper. Got it back though, and he scored with Amseal. That's a big bucket right there off the block. Just gifted, right place, right time to Mustafa Amseal, standing in the right place right next to the rim. 5 ties, 3 lead changes. Michigan State, largest lead just a moment ago, up by 8. New Mexico led by 10 at one point to begin, 24-14. Slow starters from Michigan State, no problem. They get going, making their adjustments in half number 2. A Holloman drive, a kick, 3 at the wing, a swash. That is Trey Holloman who buried the 3. Is Jace Richardson the one who kicked it out to him. 63-54 Michigan State. 34-4 bench points in favor of Sparty as New Mexico bricks the 3 off the back heel. Rebound secure for Michigan State. Playing with pace. Numbers transition. Teeing up a 3. Jace Richardson. No good. Over the rim. Back to New Mexico. 4 minutes left to go. New Mexico gotta go. Largest deficit. Donovan Dent has it at the left wing. Dent off the dribble towards his right. Slides it over to a step back 3 here by Amseal. Left off the rim short. Michigan State collects the defensive rebound and the loose ball foul. Attached to it, charge to the Lobos. New Mexico getting very thin right now with their team. They just picked up a foul. That's on Atiki Ali Atiki, his second personal foul, number 6. As he's a guy that's off the bench. They just got 4 bench points tonight. Michigan State's got themselves 34 bench points. Timeout on the floor. We'll have bonus free throws coming up after the timeout on the 1-1 by Michigan State. What's good, Hockey from Home? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. This game coming down to the wire here. Michigan State start to pull away, though, and New Mexico in a lot of foul trouble. 4 personal fouls by their best front court player, Nelly Jr. Joseph. He leads the game with 16 points. He's also got 6 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double. When he checked out of the game at the 8.5-minute mark left to go, this game slipped away from the Lobos. Donovan Dent locked up by the Spartans. Tough defense, just 10 points and 5 for 14 shooting. Big difference in this game when you compare Big Ten basketball to Mountain West. And right now the Big Ten is, man, they're having themselves an excellent tournament. Big Ten really doing well in this bracket. And you could not say that a couple of years ago. There were Big Ten teams going out left and right. The year that Ohio State got taken out of the tournament by Oral Roberts. All the Big Ten teams are getting wiped away in that tournament. Fast forward to 4 years later, these Big Ten teams, man, they're looking real good right now. I go to YMCA there. Arizona up at the half over Oregon, 42-38. Winner of this game will take on Ole Miss in the Sweet 16. Ole Miss got 6 guys averaging double figures. Hey, thanks for joining in, Bryce, and enjoy the rest of your night there, man. Nine fouls by New Mexico. Michigan State has a 1-1 coming up in the bonus. 3 timeouts remaining for Michigan State. Just 1 timeout remaining for New Mexico. So we're down to 3:50 left to play in action. Spot for the Sweet 16 on the line. Michigan State has not shot the ball well at the free throw line. 13 for 20. If you're in New Mexico here, you could think about potentially hacking these free throw shooters just like that. Missed around the rim and out, as it was off the mark by Carson Cooper. New Mexico with possession back. That's New Mexico's 9th. That's the only thing. If it was their 6th or 7th, you could really start to hack. But they got some foul trouble. Not a good sign, but Michigan State has not shot it well at the free throw line. Dent, deep 2 jumper, missed off the mark, no good, tipped up in the air. Offensive rebound right back to Dent as he's challenged at the rim, but he zips it in and scores up and in off the glass for the layup. 63-56. 3:10 left to play. Michigan State with the ball. Donovan Dent's got 12 in this game for New Mexico. Top of the key with Cohen Carr. He's goes off to his left, hand off to Fears. Fears shovels it over to Cooper, top of the key. Carson Cooper moves it off to his right to Holloman. Holloman, 5 of the shot clock. Holloman dribbles inside the key. Holloman stuffed. True Washington blocks Trey Holloman. New Mexico back with the basketball. Lobos only down by 7 right now. New Mexico looking to make it closer. They do. True Washington. It's only a 5-point game here, folks. 2.5 left to play. New Mexico looking to close it out. They got one player at the scorer's table about to check in during the next whistle. Fears at the top of the key. Moves it off to Carson Cooper. Sends it to his right to Akins. Bounce pass on top to Cohen Carr. Target score for them is 70. If they get that, they most likely win. Passing off the roll down. No good. Missed the layup, but got fouled. 2 free throws coming up here at the line by Cohen Carr for Michigan State. And if that's on Junior Joseph, that's going to be his 5th. Oh boy. If this is on Nelly Junior Joseph, that's going to be his 5th. And that is his 5th. 5 personal fouls by Nelly Junior Joseph, and he is done for the game. He averages a double-double of 14 and 11, just followed out with 16 points. Going back to the 8-minute mark, that loose ball foul with a retaliation foul after he punched in a putback slam dunk. That is brutal. That foul there was a wasted foul, and he fouls out with 2:12 remaining. As Rick Pitino in the audience watching his son Richard Coates shakes his head right now at his former player that used to play for him at Iona, Nelly Junior Joseph. First free throw is good by Michigan State, 64-58. They're also now in a double bonus. That is brutal. I mean, it's going to be tough for New Mexico to come back in from this one. Anthony, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you here for being a part of the stream. Second free throw is good by Michigan State. Foul trouble issues to the main player. That's going to be really difficult now. 7-point game. New Mexico with the ball. Gotta go. Dent at the top. Dent, his pass broke it up. Michigan State's try to track it down out of bounds off Cardo. Starting off this game, New Mexico looked like they were the faster team in the first 10 minutes. That has completely changed ever since number 55, Cohen Carr, has checked in the game. You like guys with an it factor. You like Anthony Edwards. You like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Cohen Carr is him. He's got an it factor. And this ball gets broken up off the inbound turnover by New Mexico. Jace Richardson gonna pawn that ball, broken up off the inbound. Michigan State, 2 minutes left to go. They slow it down. Handoff around the perimeter. Jaden Akins. Big time game by him today. A couple big shots made from the perimeter. He leads the way with 16. Akins looking for the knockout punch right here. Slides it off to Richardson. Richardson dribbles up to the elbow. 3 in the shot clock. Back out to the wing. Richardson hoists up a jumper. He got fouled. It's gonna be 3 shots coming up here if this was on the shot at the free throw line. Oh my goodness. Jace Richardson, both feet behind the arc, leaning forward over the top of CJ Nolan, and it will be 3 shots. Not the guy you want to follow if you're New Mexico. 83.5% free throw shooter. 3 free throws here for Jace Richardson. First one is good. First one to 70, going to win this game. Looking like it's going to be Michigan State. 66-58. Richardson buries the second one. One more free throw here for Michigan State with Jace Richardson. Free throw number 3 is up and it's good. Completes all 3. 10-point lead for the Spartans. Big time championship identity down the stretch. And we will be having the 2 most balanced teams in America meet each other in the Sweet 16 coming up next week. Michigan State against Ole Miss. Ole Miss averaging having 6 guys average 10 points per game or greater this season. Michigan State, this team goes 9 deep. Everybody scored at least 3 points or more today for Michigan State. Jace Richardson was the only player who, entering the 3 free throws, had 0. He was the only player that was held scoreless throughout this game until then. 0 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3, and that just changed. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Boom, boom, boom at the free throw line. And this is it for the mid-majors. Yep, this is the last mid-major in New Mexico. Down by 10. Minute and a half left to go. Their best player fouled out. Nelly Jr. Joseph not on the floor. Dent limited in this game as he swings it out to the wing, and a 3 is good. New Mexico showing signs of hope right now. That is Jovan Milicevic, who just buried the 3. 68-61, keeping it at bay, winning 7. Minute 18 left to go. Michigan State will burn a timeout here. Yeah, tough night for Donovan Dent. Came into the game averaging 20 points per game. 12 points tonight for Dent on 6 for 16 shooting. Junior Joseph has fouled out. Yeah, if you watch the UC San Diego Michigan game, you can definitely say that. I would definitely take that right there, Mike, for sure. There was a 3 that Michigan buried that they were out of bounds, and Michigan beat UC San Diego by 3. That game should have gone into overtime, and Michigan had some deep foul trouble that they were contending with in that game. If that 3 hadn't counted, we would have had a tie game going into overtime. But other than that, it's very tough for any of these small schools to win these games, looking at the NIL change of landscape right now in the college basketball world. 10 plus fouls for New Mexico. Michigan State in a double bonus now throughout the rest of this game. Michigan State with just 5 fouls. Ooh. By the way, Dent stepped out of bounds. Dent stepped out of bounds on that assist. So Dent stepped out of bounds, but they gave New Mexico the 3 points. So we were just mentioning that this whole tournament was fixed. Well, New Mexico just got 3 points when we clearly saw on that last replay that the point guard, before the 3 was made, he stepped out of bounds at the baseline, but they got credited with the 3 points. Back to action. Michigan State with possession. 1 minute even left to go. First to 70 wins this game. Baseline dribble at the low block here for Sparty. For the shot clock. Fall away for the win. No good. Putback is good. Jace Richardson. Right at the buzzers. It went 0 on the shot clock. Puts it back up and in. 70 for Michigan State. That should be enough to win this game. Playing through contact. Game-winning play after game-winning play for Michigan State here at half 2. 1 free throw at the line. Got it. 71-61. This is a second half team here, folks. Played down in the first half against Bryant. Smashed them in the second half by 25 in the victory. Big time here, second half for Michigan State. Buckets good down low for New Mexico, 71-63. 41.5 seconds left to go. Inbound in the backcourt. New Mexico bringing pressure defense. Got to get it past the half-court logo, and New Mexico will commit a foul. 2 free throws coming up here from Michigan State with Frankie Fiddler. 36 seconds left. Arizona leads Oregon 49-43. If you're new on the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is an 87% free throw shooter. Missed the first one, though. So Fiddler left the first one short. I'll be back live coming up on Thursday for the Sweet 16. Feel free to join in for that. Second free throw is no good. Rebound controlled by New Mexico. Opens up the door here for the Lobos. Jumper, baseline, Dent, no good. Ripped away by Michigan State with a rebound. New Mexico ain't gonna foul. What a game here, folks. Michigan State about to pick up the win. You know what happens during the months of the year. January, February, Izzo, April, Tom Izzo, second weekend, Sweet 16. Once again, nothing new. Sparty advances. 71-63 the Final Four. Congratulations to Michigan State as they'll be taking on Ole Miss in the Sweet 16 next week. What a game here for Michigan State. This team simply did not quit. Down by 10. No signs of life early on with their offense in this game. They were down 24-14. They come back and they win by 8. And they'll play on Friday at Atlanta, Georgia. Will take on the number 6 seed Ole Miss, and what should be a tremendous battle between the top 2 teams in America in depth remaining in the tournament. Ole Miss going 6 guys deep tonight. Michigan State bench points at a premium. 36 bench points by Michigan State. They rotate 9 guys. Found a lot of success with that tonight. 16 by Jaden Akins inside the starting 5. Couple big-time threes in this game. Only made 4 threes as a team. He made half of those threes tonight. 14 off the bench by Trey Holloman. 10 off the bench by Frankie Fiddler. 8 points by Cohen Carr. Carson Cooper with 4. You got the top 2 teams in America in depth coming up on Friday between Michigan State and the Ole Miss Rebels team that has 6 guys averaging double figures. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in for this one. What a battle. Michigan State gonna advance for the 2 seed as they survive up and win this game by 8 over New Mexico. And we're gonna sign off here to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams here. We got Jason Bradley, Warren Kelly, I Am Ghost, Denisha Player, Asia Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk, Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks for joining in, everybody, for being a part of the stream. It is all major conference teams representing the Sweet 16. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Hope to see you guys for the Sweet 16 streams this upcoming Thursday. Feel free to join me in coming up on Thursday for the Sweet 16. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.